In this example, we're going to be constructing frequency tables and histograms. The data below shows the number of hamburgers sold each hour by a 24-hour fast food store during a 50-hour period. So there are 50 numbers shown there, the first hour being 1 hamburger sold, then 10, and so on up to 20 hamburgers sold in that 50th hour. We've been asked to set up and complete a grouped frequency table using class intervals of 0 and greater, 5 and greater, 10 and greater, and so forth. And we've also been told to include a percentage frequency column. So let's set up that table now. So we've got our class intervals there, 0, 5, 10, 15, and we're going to make a maximum of 24 on that last one because that's the largest value. 1 hour they sold 24 burgers. And to work out the frequency, we're going to need to look and count how many are in the different ranges. So greater than or equal to 0, but less than 5, just counting them out, there's a 1, a 3, and a 4, so that happened 3 times. Greater than or equal to 5, but less than 10, well, that happened 7 times. And so we continue to count, 10 and greater, there were 15 between 10 and 14. 15 to 19, well, there were 19 times that this happened. And 20 to 24, there's a 20, a 21, another 21, a 22, a 24, and a 20. So that's 6 different hours. Now, just to make sure we haven't missed any, we can add up the frequency column. 3 plus 7 is 10, plus 15 is 25, plus 19 is 44, plus 6 is 50. So all 50 hours are accounted for. To work out the percentage frequency, we're going to need to divide the frequency by the total. So 3 out of 50 as a percentage, that is 6%. 7 out of 50 is the same as 14%, 15 out of 50 is 30%, 19 out of 50, 38%, and 6 out of 50 is 12%. And they should add up to 100%, so let's just add them up, and sure enough, 100%. Next, we've been asked to construct a frequency histogram. So on the horizontal axis, we're going to have hamburger sales, and on the vertical axis, we're going to have the frequency. Now, the height of each column we put on this histogram is going to show the frequency of that interval. So between 0 and 5, we know there's a frequency of 3, so we're going to make it height of 3 there. 5, but then less than 10, we know there was a frequency of 7, so we make our column have a height of 7. From 10 to 15, we know that there's a frequency of 15 in there, so we have a height of 15. Notice we're not putting any spaces between our rectangular columns. That's typical for a histogram that we wouldn't put spaces in. Next one is 19, and the last one is 6. You could probably find you'll draw a better histogram using some technology like a computer or perhaps even a ruler. Now we've been asked a couple of questions. We've been asked for how many of the hours did the fast food store sell fewer than 10 hamburgers? Well, looking at our frequency table, we can see that 0 to 4 happened 3 times and 5 to 9 happened 7 times. So 3 plus 7 equals 10 of the hours we sold fewer than 10 hamburgers. Lastly, we've been asked for how many of the hours did they sell at least 15 hamburgers. Again, we can just look at our frequency table. 15 up to 19 happened 19 times, and 20 and up happened 6 times. So that's a total of 25 of the hours. So that means that half of the time, half of the 50 hours, they sold at least 15 hamburgers.